Christy Ganibas, Mill Creek Township school teacher, former candidate. I'm here with John Groh, who is running for Mill Creek Township Auditor. And it's not what you quite expect and actually doesn't deal with finances as much as you might think. So again, with me is John Groh, a candidate for Mill Creek Township Auditor, and is running unopposed on the Democratic ticket, but will have an opponent in the general November election. So John, tell the viewers why they should select you in November.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me start out with just some background information. I'm a lifelong resident of Mill Creek, proud graduate of the Mill Creek School District, and also my wife and I have been married 44 years in May. Proud to say that. We have a daughter, Elizabeth. I'm an instructor of local government courses with the Pennsylvania Boroughs Association. I'm in my 20th year of doing that. I also have a construction background, a former building inspector. I've worked in municipal government for over 30 years. Also, I am a former Mill Creek Township supervisor, that is, serving from 2014 till the end of 2019, and proudly served Mill Creek residents. That's
okay, great.
Yeah.
So some think the Office of Elected Auditor deals with financial audits, such as a CPA would perform. Yeah. What is unique about the Office of Elected Auditor for Mill Creek Township?
Okay. Well, I don't want to get too complicated here, but Mill Creek Township operates and functions pursuant to the Pennsylvania Second-Class Township Code. And under the Second-Class Township Code, there are many options that are available to the township and how they operate and so on. One of them is that they have auditors. The government the local government can hire a CPA firm to do that, which Mill Creek has done. But the auditing that we're talking about here is an audit of the performance of the supervisors as they are appointed administrators. And I want to make sure this is understood. When you vote for a supervisor in the election, that you're voting for the legislative office that they serve. At the annual reorganizational meeting each year, they reappoint themselves or appoint themselves to the administrative roles that you see them doing. So what the Board of Auditors does is reviews their performance as administrators, not as legislators. The voters do the review of the legislators' part, at election time. So what we do is, what the auditors will do is look and see what they've done, if they've been leaders, or if they're a type that, maybe too much micromanagement of the departments. I do believe, being a former supervisor, that we have some of the best department heads there. They're well qualified for the jobs that they do. And really don't need a whole lot of micromanagement. I believe that the supervisors in their administrative roles should just oversee that and not be micromanaging that. So
great.
Yeah.
So John, what would you do different in regards to setting pay and benefits for the supervisors?
Okay. Well, as I mentioned, the supervisors become administrators in this, and that's what we're looking at. And right now, and it actually has been, and I think it's a pretty good policy to have performance reviews of the employees, the management employees, and they're graded with the performance that they do, and what have they done to improve operations and so on. The only thing is, the Board of Supervisors, when they're in the role of administrator, they're not. Mm-hmm. The Board of Auditors, which I hopefully would be elected to, basically just gives a blanket raise to all of them, whatever that might be, mm-hmm. the same raise. And I think that maybe the supervisors should be looked at individually and advocate for their own performance, saying, here's what I have done this year, and this is what I've improved. These are some courses that I took to improve my management skills. And I believe that is important. I think that shows that they can be leaders in their own respective way, but still be legislators when they have their meetings, mm-hmm. and work together as a group and work for the betterment of the township.
Great, great. Yeah, and so John, what do you have to say, to really convince the audience out there that you are the best candidate? What kind of closing argument would you have for
Okay.
our audience?
Well, short of sounding, you said argument like as an attorney, and that's but it's really, I think that performance, my performance, my experience is really what I think is essential here. Being a former supervisor recently too, but my experience working in many different facets of government, my performance as an instructor of local government courses. But I think that the voters really need to look at the recent experience. You have to look at who has been in township government in the past 5-6 years. 7 years. And I think that is really going to be what's going to set the tone for what type of person should fill this position here. Sometimes, things that were from 20 years ago really are not applied today. And I think that something of a more modern approach, dealing with the situations all governments have right now, I think that's where I'd make the better candidate for that. So
Great.
I think that would be it. So.
Great. Well,
Yes.
I have great confidence in you, and
you.
I think you'll be
appreciate that.
fantastic for the job. So
I-
I appreciate your insights that you're
Okay.
giving, me and the audience out there
Yes.
that is watching this.
And thank you for the interview, Christy. It's an honor to be interviewed by you there. I have the mutual respect for you there too. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, voters.